Welcome back to the sixth and final part of Loaded Lowestoft. Now some of you will be sad to hear that. I'm sure a lot of you have enjoyed it. Part 5 got 196 likes at the time of recording because you wanted to see a part 6. You wanted to see if Lowestoft could make it up to the Premier League, but alas they didn't. It didn't work out for them. We all hoped they would reach the Premier League. That was the idea of this experiment. But of course experiments don't always go to plan. You know that from science lessons at school. And they can often result in things that you don't want, even though your hypothesis is something. It doesn't always meet that hypothesis, and it can result in the opposite, of course. That's what an experiment is. So we've discovered that giving a club, a lower league club, lots of money on the editor doesn't work when the computer's in control of a club, because they just mismanage their money. They spend huge amounts of money on contracts. Like Sylvan Ebanks-Blake was on 49k a week in League 2. Who does that? That is ridiculous. If we were in control, like I've said numerous times, would be more sensible. Now what I think I need to do in a future experiment is perhaps make a sugar daddy on the editor, give him lots of good attributes, then add him to a club, and that may help matters. That may benefit a club in a better way. But we'll have a look at Lowestoft anyway in this last part and just see in detail what's happened to them. So since the last part, they did get relegated in 23rd in the 2036-37 season. They then recovered and won League 1. Spent a year in the Championship, relegated again the year after. And since then they've been a top half League 1 team. Perhaps over time they would bounce between the Championship and League 1. But without me adding more money in, they would not reach the Premier League. It's frustrating. We've given them 2 bites of the cherry, and I mean that's enough. We can't keep doing that because they've had enough time to try and go up, and they've been unsuccessful. Their reputation's 2.5 stars. They've got insecure finances. If we look in detail in the in-game editor, their reputation is at a modest 5,051 now, and their finances, they're in debt by just over £1 million, spending £73,772 a week on wages. And was that how much they've got left? I can't remember. Facilities wise, capacity of 6,750. Still the same. That hasn't been expanded, and you may have noticed the training and youth facilities have dropped a couple of notches. Let's look at the players. I mean, the top scorer, Connor Gilbert, helping them to 9th place this season. They're all regens, of course, at this stage. Let's have a look at League 1. Bolton Barnsley promoted automatically, and Lowestoft down in 9th, -1 goal difference, 69 points. They've done okay, haven't they? 68 goals, 69 conceded. They're okay, but they've turned into a League 1 team, haven't they? Let's look at the contracts and see what they are spending. £9,000 a week is their top player, which is too much at League 1 level. Maybe with inflation in the future they will be earning that much, to be fair. It is 2,043, so maybe not. Maybe it's not overspending in this year. Although if we look at another club, let's see what sort of wages Bolton are spending, for example. The top club going up. Their highest earner, £7,000 a week. Key player, so it's not a huge amount more than Bolton, who went up. Let's have a look at transfers, see what they've been spending over the last few years. They spent a lot in that season that we saw. I think that was in the last episode. But then after that, they've not been really spending a huge amount. As you can see, no money for 2 years. And they spent 6.9 million. That may have been when they were back in the Championship. And then after that, not much. They spent 2.1 million that season. And this season, they spent nothing. Free transfer and a loan. So, overall, it didn't go as expected, this experiment, but please leave a like on this video if you've enjoyed this experiment. Like I said, they don't all go to plan, and we've just proven that, giving a club loads of money in the editor doesn't always result in them being promoted all the way to the top and dominating, despite having 2 cracks at it as well, with lots of money and a couple of sugar daddies over those, however, 30 or so years. Just under 30 years that we've run this experiment. But thanks for watching anyway. I'll be starting a new experiment very soon. But at the moment, I've started a new series a double series, in fact, emulating Pele and emulating Sir Alex Ferguson, which was uploaded earlier today. If you haven't checked it out, go over to my channel, watch the video, and sign up. You can be a player or a manager in a game, and we will holiday and see how you guys get on. Obviously, there's limited spaces for that, but if you fancy being in that series, head on over. So, I'll see you soon, guys, in a future experiment or maybe another video on my channel. Bye.